G'day everyone and welcome back to NS2HD. Well, I've been offline for a few days, and what a huge few days for Natural Selection 2 it has been. Build 157 and Build 158 have rushed up so fast I've barely had time to cover them. No sooner had I started making a few videos for 157 than 158 was released, so I'm just going to jump straight into 158, and my first 158 video is going to be one of the Unknown Worlds internal playtests for Build 158. Unfortunately, I can't bring you the big playtest because I was a complete retard. It was the most insane game. It was a 6v6 with a lot of playtesters and a lot of developers in it. It went on for about 20 minutes and it was just so much fun. Just great. It was a really balanced game. It ended really with some excellent gameplay from the alien team who just overran the base, but about halfway through that game, I looked in the top left corner at the fraps counter and realised it was yellow instead of red. So there I was, kicking myself off my desk for not having remembered to hit F9 and start recording it. So instead, I'm bringing you the second quick playtest after that. It was a bit smaller. It's mostly a 3v3, 4v4, but it's still a bit of fun, and I'm going to use this game as an excuse to just talk to you more generally about NS2. So I'm not going to follow the game too closely. Here, I've immediately rushed around behind enemy lines. I wanted to get in there and check out their hives, and of course I found this hive right as they killed the power node. Central hive was already going up. So I could tell the aliens were pushing really aggressively in this game. It was going to be very hard to push out as Marines. I could tell that already. But yeah, I'm not going to follow this game too closely, so please enjoy it in the background. And hey, if you don't like the sound of my voice, which I fully understand, just watch the game instead because it's lots of fun. Now, back to 157 and 158. Please go and check out unknownworlds.com and check out the playlist. The change list. Not the playlist, the change list, guys. Check out the change list and have a look because it's their big change list. And the really interesting thing about 157 especially is that it is a gameplay patch. It's not a technical patch. Most of the patches released so far have been mainly technical with just a little bit of gameplay. A few new abilities, a few new weapons, a few new classes, creeping along as the builds jumped up from 150 to 156. But this patch, sorry, not this one, but the previous one, 157, was a mainly gameplay patch, and it's a really interesting list to go through, and I'll talk about some of the changes in a moment. But first, 158 followed immediately on the heels of 157 and was just a quick fix. It's very similar to, I believe, 154 was to 153. My memory's probably foggy, but yeah, it's similar to what happened then. It was just a quick patch after the big patch to just fix up a few niggly little bits that made it through. So I will focus on the changes in 157 because what you see here, which is 158 play, is basically the legacy of 157. And of course you're all playing this right now because this playtest was last Friday or something, and all of this is now on Steam and available for everyone. But pause, that was a pretty cool kill, I thought. Just pulling out my pistol and sniping that drifter. Yeah, applause, alright. Yeah, anyway, I was proud of that kill. So, gameplay changes in 157. Big changes. And if you play a couple of pub games, and you have a few good pub games, you will notice that it is a lot more balanced, and there are a lot more strategies opening up now. For one, shotguns are incredibly more effective. For two, flamethrowers are slightly less effective, although they are serious lightsabers, if you can get them out. Grenade launchers are now less easy to use. They're still very effective, but they're a lot harder to use because grenades no longer explode on impact with surfaces. They will only explode instantly if they hit an alien. So if you've got really good aim, you're going to be able to kill aliens with a grenade launcher very effectively. However, if you're like me and you sort of just spray the grenade in the general direction of the alien, you're going to find that the grenade is going to bounce off a surface and time, and it's a few seconds before it explodes, so you can still lob them into areas where the aliens are building up heavy whip and hydra defenses and crag defenses, and you can still lob a grenade in there and it'll explode and damage all those buildings, but it's harder to simply drop a grenade at your feet and blow up a skulk that's doing a great job attacking you. Also, you don't want to do that anymore because the grenade itself will damage the firer. So if you try to be a little bit of a prick and drop a grenade at your feet while a skulk attacks you, you'll find that it explodes and kills not only the skulk but you as well. So not a very good idea to spam grenades like you used to be able to. The also huge changes to Commander. Now, in NS2HD 61, which I'm going to be hopefully putting up straight after NS2HD 60, which is this video, I will be showing you a bit of Commander mode. Commander mode has changed significantly. It's a lot more like the original NS1 Commander mode, but it is still very different. The NS2 Commander mode, originally, back, say if we were to look at Build 156 and my videos back then and my old Commander tutorials, which, by the way, are now completely obsolete, so an excuse to make new Commander tutorials, the Commander was the Max. Max were the main building unit for the Marine team, and Max had to place structures down. Now, and forgive me if I get a little bit of this wrong, and I will attend to it more in a full-on Commander tutorial, I'm just going to touch on it lightly here. The Commander now drops the structures as ghost structures, well, not ghost structures, as low-health structures that need to be constructed, as he did in NS1, and now Max can assist the build process, but they are slow builders, and if you want to get anything built, you need a Marine to do the building for you. So, some of the great team play aspects of NS1 will return to NS2 now. The fear of when you need to stop and construct a building of a skulk coming out around the corner and killing you. A note about the shotgun, just briefly. The shotgun is highly effective against structures up close. I think that'll come up while I'm talking. Also notice the strategy here. We're outside West Wing Hive. We're building an armory outside to try and push. And this is a great example of what I was just talking about. The Mac has dropped the armory, but the armory is building very slowly with the Mac. So I'm pausing and stopping and asking my teammate to cover me. And bang, there comes a skulk. So I was vulnerable while building the armory, but I've pulled away so that I can build the armory. Luckily, Corey, the Unknown Worlds artistic director, had my back there and kept the skulk off me so I could finish off the armory, and that's giving us ammo so we can put bullets into these structures. Also, when you're faced with structures, the pistol is a good option because the rifle, while providing more damage per second to a target you hit, is a bit inaccurate at medium range. It's a bit of a spray gun. So if you want to put concentrated damage down on a target that's not moving, the pistol is usually a better gun for DPS. So damage per second, sorry. So because the bullets do 20 damage per bullet instead of 10, which the rifle does. So you're more likely to get more damage out with the pistol. As you can see there, I'm trying to snipe off the whip. Now, as I was saying, I keep getting sidetracked by the gameplay. I'm going to try and keep talking generally rather than covering the gameplay as I go side to side killing that whip. Yeah, I was needing cover while I built that armory, and of course that is great teamwork. It's just great team play when you have part of the team covering, part of the team building the buildings that you need. It's a lot of fun. The Macs can still do it, so the Commander can still build in sort of boring situations. They can just send a Mac off to do some boring building, or maybe an extractor when there's no Marines nearby. So it's sort of, the Mac now acts as a pressure valve, where once there might have been a little bit of boredom in building some structures in non-combat situations, now the Mac can take over those roles. But in forward combat situations, you need a team of Marines to do the building, like with this armory right here. And wow, a fade and a skulk at once. Okay, I think I took some roids. I don't know what happened there. That was very exciting. Whatever those skills are, if someone could bottle that, what I just managed to do, and then send it to me so I can be more like you guys out there with the skills to actually kill stuff like that, that'd be really good. It'd probably improve the quality of my videos as well. So yeah, address a bottle to NS2HD in Sydney. That'd be awesome. Thanks, guys. Anyway, so that gameplay, the team play mechanic is back in Commander mode, and I'm very excited about that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun being able to do that team play. The Commander mode UI, the user interface, has also been changed. It is now it's a lot more streamlined, and I will show it off in a future Build 158 video, probably a Commander tutorial and a little bit in NS2HD 61. It's a lot more streamlined, it's a lot easier to get around, and it's just a general improvement. Now, at this point, with this video sort of slowly drawing to a close, I want to speak a little bit about NS2's development process, because it's just so exciting to me that Build 158 is finally Build 157 was finally a gameplay patch. It was not a mainly technical patch, as I mentioned earlier. And it's just, for me, it was very exciting to see, because every one of these builds, you can watch Spark, the engine, growing. You can watch NS2's gameplay growing. You can see that no matter where a bug is, it will be found eventually, and it will be squashed. And it is inevitable that this game will be polished and ready to go and ready for global, open, public release. And it's just inexorable that this will happen, because it is happening gradually every 2 weeks. A new patch, a new patch, a new patch, a new build. And to watch NS2 grow like this is very exciting, because you can see that eventually it is going to be just an awesome polished product. So please share my excitement. No doubt I'll cop something in the comments about being a little optimistic, but really the evidence for the argument for my optimism is in what I just said, because it doesn't matter if you can find a bug, it doesn't matter if there's a bit of lag, you can see it improving constantly over and over every single build. So the optimism that I have is because I can see that no matter what, these bugs are going to be squashed. There is no bug that has been found that hasn't been mitigated so far. Some are still there, but they will eventually be squashed, and that is why I am optimistic about this game so much, why I get so excited when I'm making these videos. Now, on to build 158, which was a further improvement on build 157, but it was sort of a little technical tweak, and a little bit more of a tweak to Flamethrower, but Flamethrower will still be tweaked more in the future, because at the moment Flamethrower will still send you blind if you're attacked by it, which is seriously annoying, but hey, as I said, gradual improvements. Build 159, I'm sure there'll be something to address that, but anyway, back to build 158. Technical improvements. The game preceding to this one, which I wish I'd recorded, and I mentioned earlier that I didn't record. Oh my god, there were Hydras everywhere, there were whips everywhere, there were sentry guns everywhere, and the lag was just so much better than anything I had ever experienced in an NS2 game. You'll notice that at the top of the build 158 change list, there's something that says Hydra optimization. The problem is still there. Hydra spam will slow down games, but it's a lot better now. So, to all you Gorges out there, and I love playing Gorge, and I can't wait to play Gorge a lot. And I do mostly when I'm not recording. I love playing Gorge when I'm not recording. To you Gorges out there, you can place a few more Hydras now without fear of being accused of slowing down the server. Say, 2 or 3 to block off an important choke point with a crag nearby is a really good tactic, and it's really viable now in build 158. You will not crash the game simply by dropping a few Hydras. And it's the same with sentry guns, although, again, you must go easy on both of those, because it is a beta, and it is being, as I said, gradually, the bugs are being squashed relentlessly, but there are things you must be careful of, and while Hydra and sentry spam is now a lot more, is not as bad as it once was for the server, it will still kill it, but hey, go ahead and place Hydras now. They're a fun thing to place. It's great to go around as a Gorge, strategically blocking off important choke points. So yeah, this is basically awkward. This is the end of this video. I hope you can join me for my NS2HD 61 video, which will be a more game-focused public game commentary. Thanks for watching, everyone, as always.